Greetings, salutation. How we all doing? Catch up on top of my monitor, a little different angle, something different, so it's not always the same shot. And I do have you on the iPhone. Everybody seems to think the iPhone's working pretty good, so I'm very pleased about that. You will notice I have a magnifying glass back here that lights up. These things are brilliant. It's got a couple different color settings on it, so if you're working on stuff real close and you got, not great eye vision, these things are great. You should get one of these. There are just so many uses for them. I got that one for Christmas. I'm very pleased with it. Last video I was telling you about some die-cast cars that I got, which kind of seems to be my hobby at the moment. It's kind of picked up again because it's the beginning of the year, so they release new vehicles. So I've been finding a couple that I wanted locally, which is great because it saves me a lot of money when you got to buy stuff online. It costs more. I got a couple ones coming on online that were hard to get, and some that you couldn't buy locally. They're Japanese-made die-cast. Those ones I'll make a different video about. But I went out and did some grocery shopping this morning, and Publix has, at least the Publix I go to, has a very huge display of Hot Wheels. It's very strange, but the prices have gone up. It used to be 97 cents. It's now $1.07. I don't know why the price of Hot Wheels went up 10 cents, but they did. So, what do I know? Everything's going up. Meat went up. Other things have gone up. Some other things that, things that shouldn't have gone up. And I guess there's another run on toilet paper because you're only allowed to buy one 12-pack. I don't get it. I guess I'm not in the loop. Whatever. I have plenty, so I'm not too worried about it. But I know some people buy that stuff like it's, I don't know, made of gold or something. Anyway, so did the errands this morning, but oddly enough, I remember I told you in the last video that I was having back issues. Today it's my ribs. My ribs are really bothering me. I don't know if maybe I slept wrong or something. I had sometimes when I'm really tired and I fall asleep, I don't move. And if I don't move, because I'm so used to moving a lot, I mean, I've never been a, fall asleep in the same position, wake up 8 hours kind of guy. I have a tendency to stiffen up a little bit, and I'm pretty stiff today. I had to break out my heating pad, which I finally found after the move 3 months later, 4 months later, 3 months later, I don't know. I found it is the key thing. So I was putting that on my back, and but I've been having some it's really, ever since that incident out here in the hallway when I slipped into the bathroom, it's just, I don't know, it's just triggered a lot of issues with it. So I got the grocery shopping done, come home, and then I was sitting in the chair and I thought, well, now's a good time to make a video and show you what I got. And like I told you, I'm going to try to make more videos in 21 than I did back in 20. Hopefully, as long as the back doesn't give out on me, we can stick to that plan. Anyway, I picked up a couple of new rides today. One of these is what is it? Motors Thrasher, Ion Motors Thrasher. It's an interesting looking casting. There's something about it I like it. I also like the color, so pretty pleased with that one. I hadn't been looking for it, but it was there, and it was a good one. The other one is the what is this? Regenstein Rod. I have this vehicle, but in gray. I've never seen it in this like purpley brown kind of color. So I like that when I can find a vehicle that I have and I find it a different color, and it's it's an interesting vehicle. I like to get the second color, and this one's pretty interesting. This is kind of a little bit more of a, I don't know, crazy looking body style. I'm not really into those usually, but this one, because it's a truck. I love trucks. That's my problem. And then they had a new version of the 57 Plymouth Fury, which is of course the car that was in the Christine movies. I haven't gotten the Christine version of this car yet, but they had it in a blue and flame edition, and I don't have the body style at all yet. So I was like, well, it's not the Christine one, but it's pretty nice. I like the body style, but I'm not so sure about the tampos on it, the flame and stuff, but I like the blue color, so yeah, I do like that. And I do have other cars out of the Flame series over there, so I'll put that with them. I kind of like to group the same kind of series together or the same kind of body style, just kind of my own personal preference. And I told you in the last video that one of the ones I collect is VW and Porsches. They had this is the 96 Porsche Carrera, and this is in a color I do not have, and I have one of these body styles, but I think I've got it in yellow. And I like this one. It's got some subtle tampos on the bottom of the rocker, but I like the way it looks. I'd really like to get a 911 Turbo in red. Matchbox sells the one with moving parts with the doors open on it. I'd like to get one of those, but nobody around here sells moving parts Matchbox cars. But I found that one, and I said, oh, well, that'll be good for my Porsche collection. So pretty happy about that. Now these two, they came out with the GMC Sonoma one last year, and it was in black, and I finally got one of those. But I found the new version, and this is the 91 GMC Cyclone, and it's in blue. Like I said, I like trucks. Trucks is one of the major things I collect. But I also like the older ones, like, you know, before the 2000s, basically. And this one is really quite nice in blue. I always wanted one of these in black, a real one to drive. But, you know, if I had one in blue and gray like that, I'd be pretty happy about that as well. And the last one I picked up, like I said, I don't usually pick up the weirder Hot Wheels and stuff, but this one, I just saw this the other day, and I had to have it. I am a original Star Wars fan, but I like the original 3. The ones after it were okay, but they weren't really great. The effects were nice, but the stories weren't very good. And one of the ones I always loved in that movie was the X-34 Land Speeder, and I got it. I was like, oh, I had a toy from this when I was a kid. I used to have the action figures from Star Wars, and I think I had this one, or my friend had one of these, and I always thought it was really cool. And I think I had a model. I think that's what I had, was the model. My friend had the ones you can actually push with the wheels that were hidden on it. But this was one of my favorite vehicles from the original Star Wars 3 movies, and I saw this one had come out, and I was like, oh, I gotta have that. This is a brand new release too, by the way. It's come out in 21. And they've got a couple other ones that look like R2-D2 and C-3PO and, you know, Princess Leia, and they got some other ones, but they're all kind of goofy looking, you know, they're over the top. This literally just looks like the vehicle. That's why I like it. If they'd stuck some stupid figurehead on here with it, you know, or some weird thing on it, I wouldn't have cared for it, but because it looks like the original vehicle, I picked that up. So I did pretty good. I got 6 today. You know, I've done really well here in the last couple weeks since the beginning of the new year, because they've released a lot of new ones. And between the Dollar General and my Publix, I've really caught quite a few that I was hoping to get. So that was kind of good. And I still got to do a tour about showing you the cars up on the wall and stuff, but I got to put these up, and I got some other ones coming, so eventually I'll get to that, but there's no big rush in that. I know the diecast videos aren't really big on my channel, but I'm also working on some stuff. I got a radio. Anybody knows anything about radios, ham radios and CBs? I have a Galaxy 99, DX99 V2. It's a bit of a rare bird. I got a knob on the front that's broken for the mic gain and the RF gain. The RF gain you can still turn, and the mic gain is broke, and you can't turn it because the little metal piece broke off. You got to buy a new knob. It's not a big deal, but getting inside with all the wires would be a pain to try to change that. But it's stuck at 3/4 of the way open. Actually, a little bit more than that. And I had an audio check when I had it hooked up at the last place we were living when I had the antenna. And the guy said it sounded great. So the radio is fine the way it is. I mean, I could replace the knob, but I'm not overly concerned about the knob, to be honest with you. I was thinking of hooking it up. The problem is I'm in this apartment. I can't put any antennas outside. And if you know anything about antennas, you know if it's inside a building, it just cuts down on your ability to get out. So I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do. I thought about getting a dipole, but I really don't. I don't have the one wall. Plus, if it's a solid wall on the inside, you're not really going to get out anyway. It's got to be on the outside of the house. I can't put an antenna on the outside. The only thing I can do is put a magnet mount inside here and like stick it on like a cookie tray, or you know, something like that, a flat tray, a pizza pan, whatever. And it gives it a bit of a ground plane, and I could stick it up on top of this light I got here that's got a big round plastic shield on top. I could put the thing up there, but I don't know. I'm also thinking about picking up a handheld one, but I found an older handheld radio that comes with the car mount, which allows you to stick a magnet mount. It comes with this little magnet mount with a telescoping antenna, and it comes with a rubber ducky antenna. So you can take it and, you know, use it as a handheld 40 channel, or you can hook this antenna that comes up with it, and it's got a 12 volt plug, so you can run it off 12 volts, which would be good if the power went out, because I've got my power box down there that I built, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. You can go back on my channel and see. It's got 3 7-amp batteries in it, and no, not amp. Yeah, 7 amps. So there's a total of 21 amps of 12 volt power that I keep charged up to cell phones and everything, and the power goes out, run some lights and stuff. I could run it off that as well. And I thought, if I put the pan on top of the light and then put that antenna on it, I could compare it to the rubber ducky antenna and see if I could get anything. Because I don't really want to hook this radio up because it's got so many functions and covers far more than just the 11 meter band. And unless you got a good antenna, it's kind of foolish. So I think I might sell it. I don't know if I'll get as much as you would for a brand new one, but it is in mint condition other than the knob, and I've got the mounting bracket, power supply, and the microphone. So I may sell that one off and then just pocket the cash and pick up this little handheld and try and see if anybody can even hear me from in here. And if they can, then it'd be worth upgrading the antenna system and then later on the radio. Because I got a magnet mount, a little Wilson. I think it's a Wilson 500, I think, that I've never used. It's still in the package. So if this little system works, I could put that antenna up and see if it works better, and then maybe upgrade to just a simple 40 channel, mobile that I can just throw on a power supply because I got 2 power supplies. So that's kind of the project I'm going to be working on next. So if you're getting a little tired of the card videos, I understand, or me complaining about my back. But the CB stuff is going to be coming up. So I'm either going to sell that radio and then do something, or there'll be something coming up about that. I'm leaning towards the handheld because it's not a big investment. And if it doesn't pan out, then I'm not spending a lot of money on something. And then if I sell the radio, that's certainly going to cover the handheld and give me extra money to put aside to do other things. So I think the radio will probably go, and then I'll get the handheld and kind of tweak around with it, maybe make a wire antenna of my own design. I don't know. It's a project. It's not like we can do much. With the pandemic and everything going on, I gotta try to stay in as much as I can. I don't want to get out because of the parents and everything. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's a quick update. Well, I guess it wasn't that quick. It's 11 minutes, but that's an update. All right, guys. We'll catch you in the next video.